Hello, my name is Rashad Hussain, and I'm the President's Special Envoy to the Organization of the Islamic Conference. I want to take a couple of minutes to introduce myself and describe what I'll be doing to help implement the partnerships that the President described in his visionary New Beginning address in Cairo last summer. As the President said in Cairo, Islam is part of the American story. And just as we must speak out against negative stereotypes of Islam, we must also speak out against negative stereotypes that depict America as hostile to Islam. Indeed, my own personal story demonstrates how Muslims enjoy enormous opportunity within the United States to pursue their dreams while practicing their faith. I was born in Rawlins, Wyoming, where my father worked as a mining engineer. My father, who grew up in a village with no electricity, came to the United States from India in 1970 after he was fortunate enough to land a work visa. When I was very young, my family moved to Plano, Texas. I had a fairly normal childhood. I was on the basketball team in high school, I was in the orchestra, and did debate. I even played George Washington in a school play. Although I was always one of the only Muslims at the schools I attended, I remember my classmates and teachers being interested in learning more about Islam when they observed me praying or fasting during Ramadan. While my mother is a doctor and both my siblings went into medicine, I always had a passion for government and law. After graduating from high school, I attended the University of North Carolina, where I studied political science and philosophy, and I remain a loyal Tar Heel basketball fan to this day. Growing up, going to school, and working in America, I've spent time and practiced my faith with Muslims wherever I have lived. I've met Muslim athletes, artists, doctors, entrepreneurs, law enforcement officers, military servicemen and women, politicians, students, teachers, and workers of all types. And I have seen people of all faiths work together in inner cities and rural towns to serve their communities all across the country. I first became involved in government working for former House Minority Leader Richard Gephardt. I later joined the House Judiciary Committee, and it was during my time on Capitol Hill when we were attacked on September 11, 2001. Like my fellow citizens, I was shocked and saddened by what took place on that day, but determined to help make sure that such attacks never happened again. As I pursued the study of national security in law school, I focused on coming up with solutions that would protect our country without disrupting our way of life. I continue to be committed to this task today. It is a job that isn't always easy, and one that has sometimes been a source of tension between the U.S. and Muslim communities around the world. But it is a challenge that we share, and one we will work together to meet, inshallah, God willing. As someone involved in the fields of Islamic studies, government, and foreign policy, I am also keenly aware of the broader set of issues that form the basis for relations between the United States and Muslim communities. The President has eloquently laid out a vision for how we can address the major issues of concern shared by the United States, these communities, and people all over the world. It is a comprehensive, government-wide, and people-to-people approach to resolving not only political differences and security issues, but also creating strong partnerships in a number of areas that matter in people's daily lives, including education, entrepreneurship, health, and science and technology. It is a vision based on the premise that people of all faiths share the same fundamental aspirations: to live in peace and security, to get an education, and to work with dignity, to love our families, our community, and our God. These are the principles and areas of partnership that the United States stands for around the world, and that I will continue to pursue. We are already moving forward in many of these areas, and as the President has reminded us, progress will be judged not based on our words, but our actions. I am honored to serve, and I look forward to updating you on our progress in the upcoming months. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.